Hi, COMM 1010 students. I'm recording this very early on Monday, July the 20th, which is 11 days before I take off this uniform, which I've worn for 22 years now as an employee and a professor at Cuyahoga Community College. I wanted to give you a few bits of advice as we get into the number 4, persuasive speech in earnest, because this is more than 1/3 of the points and can easily make a letter grade or 2 difference in your class. So you might notice that I've got a monitor and a couple of computers behind me. I don't know how much of it you can see, but the reason why is when I grade this speech, I actually use 2 computers. I watch it in total, take a few handwritten notes, then I rewatch it a second time and pull up the second computer that has the grading rubric on it, and then I begin to type in the rubric points and the rubric notes that I've observed watching your speech. So that way you get 2 complete views and you get as thorough of an assessment of what you did with the speech as possible. So I do that because I'm trying to look for every point possible for you to do well with this class. So as you write your speech, pay attention to Appendix D. Don't use artificial intelligence. Don't use someone else's work, another person's work, and pass it off as your own. And in a live class, I wouldn't let this happen, but in an online class, something that is happening is that multiple students in both classes are picking the same speech topic. Adopt, don't shop is a common topic, trying to persuade people not to go to one of the puppy mills at the mall and buy a puppy from there. So that's fine, but keep in mind it has to be your original work. If it's someone else's work, you're going to get a big fat 0 for that assignment, and you won't be happy, but you won't have anybody to blame but yourself for making that mistake. And do believe, because some of you know this, right, that I do run everything that looks the least bit suspicious through both an AI checker and a plagiarism checker to see if somebody's written the speech in the past. Delivery. I can't stress enough to you. PP. Proper practice and preparation promotes perfect performance. Proper practice and preparation promotes perfect performance. Don't give this speech one time because you'll get a poor grade on it. A couple of you have sent me information about memorization, and I've in announcements given you advice. And the biggest advice I have is to chunk when you try to learn a speech, or even when you practice a speech. Practice the opening, 45 seconds or so, maybe a minute, and kind of get the key points down pat until you're very comfortable giving the opening. I always tell somebody in a persuasive speech it helps a lot to give an opening without notes, because people know you believe it in your heart. Then go to key point 1. Practice key point 1. Practice it 2 or 3 or 4 times. Then incorporate it like you're going from one step to another. I'm going to give the introduction in the key point 1 only in my practice. Then add key point 2. Work on that 3 or 4 or 5 times, and when you've mastered that chunk, then do 3 steps. Introduction, key point 1, key point 2. Then move on to key point 3 and do the same thing. And then the 5th and final thing would be the conclusion. 1 chunk at a time, and you'll be astonished at how well you can do it. Hey, there are additional points for early submission on this assignment. You get a plus 10 percentage points if you give it 2 days early. You get a plus 5 percentage points if you get it 1 day early. And I'm not mentioning any specific dates. They're in your syllabus. I'm repeating them in announcements because they're different for the 2 different classes, right? I have section 51231, which is a 10-week class, and all of that academic work must be completed no later than Wednesday, July 29th. And then I have an 8-week class. That CRN is 52344, and all that academic work must be completed no later than Thursday, the 30th. And the reason why is the college expects me to have 100% of my grades into the college on Friday morning, July 31st, which is 11 days from today. All the grades have to be in because in the afternoon I lose my access to Brightspace, so I can't put in grades anymore. All right. Peer evaluations. Last thing I want to mention to you. Some of you did not do those peer evaluations. These are important points. They can make a difference between you earning an A or B or C in this class. 25 points for this one. You use the mail function in Brightspace. It's on the ribbon up near the top. You click on that envelope, you send it to the person you're evaluating, and you send it to me, because that way I get to read it and I get to assign points to you for how well you do. In general, the more you use the rubric and the more you say about every point on the rubric, the more points you're going to get on that peer evaluation. And that's it. This could be the last video I ever do as an employee at Cuyahoga Community College. So you've been a terrific class. It's been great to have you. Work hard. 4, 5 assignments are left depending on which class you're in, and that's it. PP, 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 and you're going to finish well. And I also want to leave you with something that I have learned over the past 15, 20 years, right? Good students who work hard generally do well in life. I have people working for Microsoft. I have people working for Google. I have people working for Meta. I have people working in very powerful, important positions here in Cleveland, like the Cleveland Clinic, and a lot of media outlets as well. And the reason why is that they worked hard, and I've discovered as they do their academic work in class that I believed in them. And that's what I want to leave you with, is 4 letters. IBIY. I believe in you.